I love that song.
Oh, that's a great song. Intro.
God bless Suno.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My month expires the 12th.
I just got the free one because you can make like 10 songs a day with the free one.
But I went with that with the paid one just because I want to own the songs. So.
Howdy.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
What's up, everyone?
How's it going? Is everyone doing okay today?
Yes and no. The no being 6 to 8 months for a possible delay in toys.
Well,
And unfortunately, that's exactly the stark reality of it.
kind of what was expected.
Speaking of toys, no, it's not your all's favorite. Not my favorite, but I did get the Silver Age
Nice.
McFarlane Superman.
Traitor!
Nice.
But
Nice.
By his toes.
this is the nicest Superman figure he's ever made.
It is. It is. Come on, Matt. We gotta agree. It's a nice looking Superman. It is.
No, it's not.
My only nitpick with it is I wish it had a 3-dimensional emblem on the chest. It's just painted on it.
Mm.
It does look good though. Well, I got more than nitpicks than that. The joints are too damn big. Like it makes the sculpt look ugly like on the arms. It's his nicest one.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually did a really good classic He-Man head sculpt. Not some
He-Man?
weird like
He-Man?
grandpa monster looking head or
He-Man, huh?
nice. And it's got the soft goods cape, which he's not being consistent with.
No, I thought we were past the plastic case, but I was
And then
proven
the
wrong.
Eradicator coming out is the plastic cape again.
Well, they kind of have to with him because of the way it goes up.
Well, they
It
could
would
tuck
be
it
hard to
under-
do
they
that
could tuck it underneath the shield, but that would require new tooling.
Oh yeah, can't do that. That costs too much money.
Right. Okay. I've officially got all my stuff pulled up. Okay, I'm good. So, what did everybody get this week?
Mm-mm.
I got that.
That's it?
No, not it.
I've got 3 things. One's not even toy related. Is what I got.
So you got 2 things.
2 toys and then something else.
I did get the Dr. Fate.
Traitor.
2 McFarlane figures.
Yeah.
What sort of Mickey Mouse operation are we running here?
This is just not.
See,
I
you made
apologize to the audience.
you made Quinn walk away out of shame.
Not the kind of content we want to provide you.
This is supposed to be a family-friendly discussion.
Showing McFarlane figures left and right. Look at that. It's just sad. It's sad, is what it is.
Here,
Jake, what do you got behind you? You got a new setup behind you. Move that trash. Your setup's new. Let's see what we've got. Hold on. What do we got here?
This
Okay,
is my
so
new
we got-
Dragon Ball setup.
Dragon Ball. Nice. You got
Then I
Batman
got-
66. So you got the villain lair. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got...
This is just a mix of Mayfex's, Star Wars Vintage, and some other stuff. I haven't organized this yet, so I'm still trying to find space for all this. It's just piled up together for right now.
Okay. Rando. We got, what do we got? Sonic, Earthworm Jim, Simpsons.
Yeah.
You need to send me that
very-
Obi-Wan. I need
Yeah.
that Obi-Wan.
some really tall motherfucker there on the right. I don't know who that is.
John Wick. This is the Diamond Select.
Oh yeah, he don't know.
Yeah, this is the Diamond Select.
Too
John
big
Wick.
for that shelf, man.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. What's up there on the top that we can't see?
See Penguin's stomach, so.
Some McFarlane's.
Oh, that's why you got to keep it out of view.
Well, McFarlane's is at the very here. Let me grab my laptop and I'll put it up. Up top.
We don't need to see more McFarlane's. Like I don't.
No, up top is
Okay. I got
is some other Jada Toy stuff, NECA figures, and some other random stuff. Like I said, I haven't organized everything yet. Trying to carefully put my laptop back down.
It looks good. I like it.
I haven't, like I said, everything here is going to get rearranged hopefully soon, but I haven't gotten it all cleared out yet. Like stuff is just piled up for now, at least. But I did get a Dragon Ball figure for that this week. So if Jared will let me go and show you real quick. So I got this first. This was a part of Free Comic Book Day. I got the Phantom, the one that they had available. So I got that. Really good read. And then for action figure,
is that just a what is that? Like, is that a new story or is that a older story that they?
I don't know, Quinn. You know, you're the comic book expert. Is this a new story or is it an old one?
I haven't read that one yet.
Okay, because
All my Free Comic Book Day stuff is gone.
Okay,
it was gone within 6.5 hours on Saturday.
Okay,
and I had 57 different titles on that day.
Yeah, this was a part of their Free Comic Book Day. This was one of the options they had. So
it's probably a newer book that's coming out soon.
Probably, because it says number 0, so it probably is. But for action figures, I didn't get much. I got the Spin Master PlayStation Series Kratos. My lighting is.
You need to crack that open. I want to see that review because I'm not the hugest God of War fan. I've only played all the way through one of the games, but it still looks like a really good figure. So I'm curious about it.
Well, here, let me show you the other thing I got, and I will open up and do a small review of this. So let me do that. And I got this. Now, I've got a store near me called Game Exchange, and it's very rare they get anything like toy related. But they did get. I got the SH Figure Arts Turtleist from Dragon Ball. I only paid $60 for this, so I didn't have to pay the overprice of them. But
he's just saying I don't know.
He's a part of the movie, the Dragon Ball movies that you can watch, like Cooler's Revenge and all those kind of stuff, and he's a part of those. So he's like the specials, they call it.
So after Dragon Ball Z?
No, during. I got it right here, actually.
You watched the TV show. Did they ever put any of those into episodes, or it was just movies?
It was movies. Like, you can actually find this DVD pack that has them all at Game Exchange themselves, or you can actually buy online for pretty cheap. I got this for like $10, this DVD set. And it's got all of them. I mean, it's not be able to see the picture, but it's got most of them on here, like, Tree of Might, Dead Zone, Lord Slug, Cooler's Revenge. It's pretty good.
All right, cool.
So I'll open up that Kratos figure.
I didn't mean you have to do a review now. I just mean when you do a review on it.
Yeah. I'll review him. I'll review of him Monday. If everything works out, I'll review him Monday.
Okay. No, I'm just curious because that's one I've eyeballed a couple of times because they had that one and they've also got the Last of Us figures.
Joel and Ellie.
And they look pretty good. I mean, again, those aren't games that I particularly care about, but they're still good-looking figures from what I can tell.
Yeah. But no, I'll have a review up of this guy Monday when I do. If you don't get notified, I'll send you the link, Matt. So.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I've got this week, unfortunately. I ain't got much today this week.
I got my KO LP10 trailer.
Nice.
It's like cartoon colors.
Nice.
It is nice. Really nice paint finish. Came with the Autobot logos, which you don't normally see on the KOs. Usually they sell those separately to keep from getting hit.
Maybe they're just thinking that Hasbro has too many problems right now with tariffs. They're not going after anybody.
Could be. And this was like $40. So I finally got me a LP10 trailer that's not transparent. I got the Year of the Horse one.
It's better than an MP10 teaser. So.
And this has actually got an adapter if you want to use it for the MP, 44? The animated Prime. So I can get that one because I'm like, Tropic Thunder go through my head like you don't go full tune when it comes to Transformers.
So apparently this comic is not promoting like a Flash Gordon comic that's coming out. It's promoting that, same volume 1. We'll pick that up. And also promoting a new Defenders of the Earth as well. So it's got that. But it's also apparently they're going to be releasing a Phantom video game. It says, let me pull it back enough. Where it says available now to pre-order.
Roller.
I'd love to see some kind of resurgence of Defenders of the Earth.
Yeah.
I know we got the NECA figures, and that was cool. But like, I don't know, comic book, new cartoon. Hell, I'd take a live action series or movie.
Bike too.
I actually have on here, actually on the back of this comic book, it's got a publishing date of when the comics are going to release, and it says that Defenders of the Earth will be releasing to the public in July of this year. So they'll have a comic series that'll come out in July. I might actually have to pick that up. Yeah.
Did you get anything?
Jerry.
I did not get anything.
Son of a bitch.
I don't get paid every other week. Next week, I'm going to be making some really bad financial decisions, and I'm going to try and get a Hot Toys store.
Ooh.
That's
Buy a Hot Toys.
Then I'll have 3 3/4 inch, 6 inch, 8 inch, and 12 inch freestyle weapons. So.
well, I did get some stuff this week.
Yeah, rub it in.
Hey, man, my local shop they put a bunch of more stuff on clearance. I will take advantage. So the first 5 things I'm going to show you, I got for $10 a piece, which is awesome. I hate the head sculpt on this, but it was $10.
Oh, yep.
Superboy Prime. The head sculpt on this guy is goofy as hell. However, I like everything else about it. I hate that.
He's quite large too.
Yeah. So, but $10, I'm not going to complain for $10.
That's one of the few McFarlanes that I still like is the Superboy Prime. He was a pretty good one.
I got Jared's absolute favorite version of Batman.
Beware.
Stick figure Batman.
I just wanted it because it was a 6-inch scale Batman, and he put it in the clearance section for $10. So, I'm not gonna pass that up. $10, come on. So, 6 inch there. I got me Ed McGuinness Shazam, DC Direct.
Nice.
Ooh, beauty.
Oh, I got me the DC collectibles from their supervillains line, Captain Cold.
Nice.
And then the last of the $10 items, also from the same line. It's basically the same line, DC Collectibles. This one's just called their Suicide Squad line, but it's the same as the villains. So I got this more. What is this? The New 52 Harley Quinn?
That's like the.
I don't know which.
It says
version.
New 52 down there on the title.
Yeah, there you go, New 52. Anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of this version of Harley Quinn, but for $10, I mean, come on. I'm not gonna pass it up for $10. Okay, that would just be stupid. Also, and I showed you guys this on our little Facebook chat. I picked up a custom. We did a custom Batman out of a Bucky cap, and they were selling it for $15, and it's pretty good. I mean, like, actually, it's really good. I don't dig the head sculpt. I would have used a different head, but everything else on it looks really good. So, $15. I was like, that's cool. 6-inch scale, Marvel Legends, articulation, all that good stuff. Thumbs up. And then I did finally get my Maximum.
Maximum Spidey.
I got my Maximum Spider-Man. I already did the video this morning. I'm going to be honest. This fucking thing's awesome.
Yep.
This is a really good figure. Like, I bought it under the assumption that, like, I'm buying it and spending as much money as I am, which my local shop had it for $55, and my local shop doesn't charge tax. So it was like, I mean, you know, it's still less than what I would have paid to have it shipped from, like, even if paying $49 plus tax plus shipping, I would have paid more than $55. So got it for $55, and I was like, okay, well, I'm a Spider-Man fan, and I'm gonna buy it anyway, so why not? But it'll probably not be worth the $55. I went into it knowing, like, hey, it's probably not gonna be worth it, but I'm gonna buy it anyway because I love Spider-Man, and God knows I've spent way more money on Spider-Man figures that aren't this good, just buying older stuff that is just more expensive. So it wasn't that big of a deal. However, I gotta say, this thing is freaking sweet. Like, this is better than my Mafex. And I paid twice the price for my Mafex. And this is better. Just across the board, this is a better figure than a Mafex is. The sculpt, the deco, everything is just better than, and I've maintained for a long time that Mafex was the best Spider-Man figure ever until I picked this thing up. I was very surprised. I knew I was going to like it because I'm a Spider-Man fan. So I was like, well, I'm going to like it anyway because I'm biased. But I honestly did not think I would, in the end, think it was actually worth the $55. And it may not be for everybody. But for me, it totally was. This thing is freaking awesome. This is, I mean, I can't think of a better Spider-Man figure, honestly.
It's perfect.
It is. The only thing I don't like about it, and I mentioned this in my review that I did, is that unmasked head sculpt is awful.
Yes.
That unmasked head sculpt
is the only bad thing about the whole thing is that unmasked head.
Yeah, that unmasked head sculpt. And what I said in my video, and I don't know if you agree, maybe look at it again and you tell me. It looks like if you just did the hair red instead of brown, he looks like Cletus Cassidy. He doesn't look like Peter Parker.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he looks like Cletus Cassidy, just not making a crazy face.
You know what makes a really good unmasked Spider-Man head? The head they put on the Bruce Banner on the Hulk Banner 2-pack.
Oh, really?
It looks terrible for Bruce Banner, but looks great for Peter Parker.
I was just going to use my old Peter Parker head that I've got, because I've got a few of them, because, you know, they gave that Peter Parker head out with a few different figures.
That's more like a modern, handsome Peter Parker.
Yeah.
What I like about the Bruce Banner head, it looks dorky, but it don't look ugly.
Yeah. But
you have a super chat.
It's awesome. When are you getting Spaceballs, the action figure? Whenever they come out?
There's somebody doing some
custom.
There's somebody doing some unauthorized Spaceball figures.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Is their Schwartz as big as yours?
Now, last thing I got, and this is not something that I bought. Excuse me. Coughing all of a sudden. So I bought a bunch of these figures when they were on sale at Walmart for like $5 or $6, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever it was. I bought a bunch of them. And mostly I just bought them for the shields because you can never have enough Captain America shields. And you can't buy shields for $5. They cost way more than that. So I just bought whole figures. And I've done a few things with a few of them. However, I was jonesing to do some kind of custom. So today, I just did it today. I decided to take this and turn it into this. Now, it's just a simple repaint. It's nothing crazy.
Game reverse head sculpt.
Yeah, it's the I can't remember which. This might be the.
That's the game verse from Marvel Avengers.
No, it's not. This I think might.
It's a game reverse head sculpt.
That is
Not.
That's
It's
the game
not
verse.
No, it's not, because I know for a fact it's not, because I have one over there and they look completely different.
I think it's the game reverse.
It is a game reverse.
There were two versions of the game verse with painted applications on the face. There was a blue version and a black version.
Yeah, I know. I have both of them. Right up there. Would you like to see them?
Is it game reverse?
Okay, you're right. It's the game reverse head.
I know my parts.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was one of my other ones. Anyway, well, whatever. It's the game reverse head then. But anyway, I did basically I just did a complete repaint on him. Did the white stripes, lightened up the blue because this blue is shit. Did the red, touched it up with some silver. I was bored today. I was like, well, I can do a quick repaint. That I can do. Didn't require any part swapping or anything like that other than the head sculpt. So, anyway. I like it. It's goofy as shit looking, but that's okay. Anyway.
And Sam Wilson did nothing wrong. I mean, I'm sorry.
Sam Wilson did lots of wrong.
John Walker
didn't do anything wrong.
No, John Walker didn't do shit wrong.
Sam Wilson did a lot wrong because he praised the terrorist in that show.
Yes.
Like, he defended the terrorists who were murdering people. What was that?
Does that like a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Quit playing on your phone, JB. Young man.
I was pre-ordering a
no phones at the dinner table.
I was messaging an employee, a friend of mine who works at GameStop. I was making sure that my Maximum Spider-Man order was on its way to the store. That's all.
I have two of them.
I was just making
I
sure.
still got one on pre-order from GameStop.
Yeah. I was just making
which,
sure.
Seeing as how much I like this, I honestly was going to cancel it. And then I got this in. I'm like, no, I would like another one of these. I'm going to do one unmasked and then one like this.
I would like another, sir.
I did have one more thing to show off that I did
Hey,
forget.
sir, can I have some more? No, it's a fucking great figure. Let me just put to rest everybody out there talking shit. It's a great figure. Okay? All the drama queens out there.
Everybody who bitched about it bought one, so
Like,
so overrated.
it's a I stacked it up next to my Revoltech, my Mafex, my Renew Your Vows, one of my favorite old Toy Biz ones, my animated. I'm like all my other Spider-Man. I'm looking at. I'm like, yeah, this one's the best one. This has the best sculpt. It's got the best deco. Like the only thing, if I had to give one complaint outside of the shitty head sculpt, that the unmasked head, is I wish they would do. I wish they would do another one with the lighter blue.
You know they will.
And of course they're going to.
Yeah,
but
they
they'll
will.
do different style Spider-Man heads with the
Yeah.
different masks.
I would love to see a lighter blue with maybe more of a I don't know, a John Romita Jr. era head sculpt. You know, something like that. But like that's not a complaint as far like there's nothing wrong with the figure. They went with a
nicest
certain
web
look.
line. It's got the nicest web lines painted on any Spider-Man figure.
Oh yeah, hands down.
They're tighter. It's like a lot more lines.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Like for real, it's a really really good figure. It's the best body sculpt for Peter Parker I've ever seen. Also, like it's not too big and bulky, yet he's still muscular, but he's still slim. Like it's really
It's
really
the same
good.
height as the Pizza Spidey Spider-Man, but a lot better proportions,
Oh yeah.
tighter tolerances, no big gappage. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is a really nice figure. Like a lot of figures you'll see, like the earlier figures, like Pizza Spidey. You have crunches, but there's huge gaps. There's the arms can't go down to the sides.
I mean, honestly, now that they have this, all they have to do different versions and still offer it for those people that don't want to pay higher prices, like a $25 or $30 version.
just drop all the accessories.
Yeah. Well, drop all the accessories, and they'll have to drop the deco too. You're not going to get tight spider web lines like that. That's a lot of deco.
Yeah.
Which is half the price of the figure. The deco is because of those web lines. But so if they just do
complaining about the web lines before.
the what?
They've been on record, like the three guys, like how much the web line, the deco cost on those hands, and the body on Spider-Man.
If they just cut the web line, they just cut the amount of web lines in half, so that you've just got thicker web lines. It'll still look really good. Drop all the accessories except for a couple extra sets of hands, maybe a separate head, and you've got a $25 to $30 figure, whatever. And then you can start pumping it out in a black suit version, in a lighter version with a different head sculpt. With you could. I mean, the buck is perfect for Peter Parker. They did a phenomenal job. Very very happy with it. Wasn't sure I was going to be.
We did have there's not a lot of toy news this week with everything going on in the toy sphere.
Yeah.
There was one thing that we were glad to hear about.
Yes. Which we've talked about many times.
Yep.
Man, you made our first line of extreme killer action figures a tremendous success. Loose Collector made this amazing Blood Strike, Blood Wolf. Okay, everything's coming up blood with the Lifeboat toy, right? Loose Collector launched these. And you guys thought we and you demanded more. You said, where's the next wave? Well, the next wave is here. Youngblood, coming. Chat. Diehard, Loose Collector, working with Platinum Studios, who is back working with me to create the best possible rendition of Shaft and Diehard. And they're going to show these to you. And I'm telling you right now, this is the same early stages that these came in, and you saw how these came out. These are fantastic. You're going to dig them. Get ready, which is just the tease. More on the way. Youngblood is coming. Shaft, Hard. You have no idea how great these look. I hope you're about to see them. Loose Collector, Platinum Studios, Rob Liefeld, Youngblood.
I hope they do the whole team, man. I hope he's sell enough that they can do the whole team.
Imagine Bad Rock.
Oh, dude. That'd be awesome.
You get this, just these 5 would be great. The Chapel, which is kind of funny that Chapel is tied to the origin of Spawn, but now he can't be mentioned in Spawn books or because they don't own the rights to Chapel no more.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. We've talked about this many, many times.
Yep.
You talked to the owner about this very thing. What was that, a year ago?
Last February, during the UltraCon, which we hosted on the Collector Express channel, and we was talking from the Ultraverse. The former CEO of Malibu Comics is the CEO of Platinum Studios, and we were in passing was mentioned about like the Liefeld collection of figures, and it's like, so man, I wish he still had the license of Youngblood. And so, well, we have that. I was like, dude, people are wanting those. So,
hey, and even in more exciting news, Cowboys and Aliens is getting a 4K re-release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. You just gotta look at it.
Yay!
Digital renders, close up to those, which they look great. They're updating their body sculpts too, and their articulation scheme. With the first Liefeld figures, they did the thigh swivels were kind of weird, and they got rid of that. I noticed when we were looking at the Death Dealer, they changed the legs. This is one of the ones I was really looking forward to. Badrock and Die Hard, I always like their designs.
Well, I mean, arguably, Die Hard was the coolest looking character on Youngblood.
Oh yeah.
It's nice to know these guys.
It doesn't surprise me at all that they went with Shaft and Die Hard for the first two.
Yeah, team leader and like the coolest looking one.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Die Hard can't swim. These guys little pool floaties.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I like the hand with 3 arrows pulled for you like that.
Yep.
And that's pretty cool.
But yeah, that's something a lot of us have been waiting on for a long time. And the funny thing is, I've been eyeballing those old McFarlane ones, those 5-inch scale McFarlane ones that he did way back in the day. Just as like a way to get some Youngblood figures, because they're not expensive at all. They're not worth anything. You know what I mean? So they don't really like. You can pick them up cheap as hell all the time, but they just I mean I'm very happy. I hope these sell well enough that they are able to make more.
Yeah, the first figures did really well, so I think that probably helped too with the getting. You got Platinum Studios working with Liefeld again to do a new Youngblood comic. These sold well.
Yeah,
and
to go to King Collector's point, I wish they would have done Badrock first too. That would have been awesome. Except I understand why they didn't.
Yeah,
he would have been a much more expensive figure, and if that and regardless of how much people would or wouldn't like Badrock, which I think most people would love it, the price point's going to be much higher, and it's going to keep sales lower. They want to sell as many of these as possible before they move to a figure that's going to cost more. Get people to get a little bit invested in building this team before they release Badrock, so that you're more likely to spend the money to buy him. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do Badrock right. He's going to be $100 to $120 easily.
Yeah.
So
with Deskler's point too, with these the straps, those are separate pieces. You can slide them. With a shaft, they actually slid them up, hide them. You can slide these up and hide them there. But they just had it low. They got them lower just to match the art style, the character. I'm digging these. I was shocked when they announced these. Now give us Supreme. I don't know if Platinum Studios own Supreme as well, but if they do, I hope we get Supreme. But yeah, these are really cool. I'm digging them.
Yep. Yeah,
We've been. How long have we been talking about? We want Youngblood action figures.
We've been talking about we would love. So I mean, we started talking about it as soon as you and me started talking. That we would love for somebody to do 6-inch scale, early image stuff. Youngblood obviously was the one we all talked about the most. But I mean, getting 6-inch scale Youngblood and Wildcats and Wetworks and Shadowhawk and all those characters would be fantastic. I mean, the only thing at this point that we don't already have that I would want even more than that is I'd honestly, I liked Valiant comics better. I thought they were better comics. You know, the character design for Image
Which-
is awesome.
Most of the characters you like out of Valiant too, though, were gold key characters. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as things like there's three things that we've talked about repeatedly that are IP that we don't have that we would love to have. Image Comics, early Image Comics,
Mm-hmm.
Valiant Comics, and Amalgam Comics. Right now, Amalgam's probably never going to happen.
Of course, also too the Ultraverse stuff, which Marvel will never use again.
Well, yeah. I mean, they could be pumping that stuff out now.
Yes,
Marvel
actually,
Legends would make those
talking
right.
to the people that last year like wrote the contracts and everything like that. There's nothing stopping Marvel from using those characters.
No, and there's nothing. Those are Marvel characters. Hasbro could make those in Marvel Legends right now if they wanted to. So
they just have to do what to do with any creator owns stuff. Then there's a tiny royalty check out on certain things. Certain how they use things. Like Liefeld's posting all the time. He's getting checks from Disney Corp for his stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Out of all of those, the one I feel like the one that would be the hardest to actually produce would be Amalgam, and that's because I don't think you're ever going to get DC and Marvel to not only agree to produce those characters jointly, but to find a single company that could work deals with both of them.
But the only way you're going to see Amalgam is one of these third-party companies end up signing, let's make Amalgam characters, which most of those are overseas companies. They probably don't even know about Amalgam exists.
And the thing is, as much as like if you're a comic book fan in the 90s, Amalgam was a big deal. If you weren't, a lot of people don't know what Amalgam even is, which is unfortunate. It was cool, man. They got some good artists and some good writers to put together some cool stuff for Amalgam Comics. And it's a shame that not enough people have read those comics or know much about them. But it was good stuff back in the day. Anyway.
And I'm hoping to see something along those lines too. With Jada Toys getting the Invincible line. I'm hoping comic book, not TV show.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I honestly, as big as Invincible has gotten, I'm very, very surprised that Diamond got the rights. Now, maybe they got the rights and that's probably what happened. They got
they got it before the show.
The series aired, and they're just holding on to it because they probably got like, I don't know, a 5-year deal or something, whatever, who knows.
Which now NECA could possibly produce Invincible figures.
Yeah. You know, the problem is they're just
the company that owns NECA bought Diamond.
Yeah. But the problem is I think they're just going to keep making 7-inch scale stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm just like, well, it's not something I'm going to buy. So it sucks. Yeah, I would much rather see Jada or somebody else.
That's what we were just talking about. This Jada's getting Invincible.
Yeah, I'd much rather.
We don't know for sure. It's very heavily hinted that they are.
Yeah.
We could be like very disappointed when we get diecast cars with a little figurine of Omni-Man next to it.
Only if it's William's car and he's smashing the roof in. That would be okay.
We're going to get the Invincible with a lowrider and Impala, and then
cruising on the street in a
well, that's the cool thing about Invincible is, I mean, like it basically has as many characters as Marvel or DC does. I mean, because that's what their characters are. Like any character, like it's hundreds and hundreds of characters that have been introduced in Invincible comics that would make fantastic action figures.
Jazzwares would be another one, as well as they've been doing with the Chainsaw Man, like those anime figures.
Yeah, that'd be
They
great.
could do a good job. Which I've mentioned before, I'd like to see if any American company, if it wasn't the two I would like to see get the One Punch Man license, either Jada or Jazzwares.
Yeah.
Because One Punch Man has huge bunch of characters they can use, they can make. And you really need to make two in One Punch Man. You need Goofy Saitama and Serious Saitama.
We can hope.
You can't really just do a head swap because his entire body posture changes when he's serious. He's ripped.
We can hope, but here's the hoping. I don't know.
Who owns the right to Badger? I think the actual owner, the creator of the character, owns Badger. Yeah, I think he's still putting books out every so often, like independent release. Quinn, do you know?
All right. I got some stuff to show here. Fun stuff. Cool custom stuff I found on Facebook. I thought everybody would appreciate. This right here. These Total Justice figures from back in the day were awesome. I'm assuming everybody remembers these, right? They were obviously too pre-posed for a lot of people. I get it. But this Total Justice line of figures came out, around 96, 97? I can't remember. Like, it was the predecessor. It was the predecessor to Legends of the Dark Knight that Kenner produced right there towards the end of the 90s before everything DC went to Mattel.
As many Hal Jordans that Mattel made during the DC Universe line, I still can't. It's just a missed opportunity. They should have done Parallax.
This is a custom somebody did. I mean, it's just a repaint, is all it is. But it's phenomenal looking and makes me wish, without all the pre-posed widespread legs and shit, that somebody would do a parallax like this.
Well, McFarlane made one that did, but it didn't glow in the dark.
It was also
DC Direct did a parallax Hal Jordan too,
but it didn't look like this. Like this is,
yeah.
I mean, just look at his face. He looks insane. The
this way Parallax would look is like crazy.
Yeah, the oversized, shoulder pad, like everything. Again, this was the 90s. It was called Total Justice. Everything was extreme, but it's a great look for Parallax. Like, this is the dude. The figure was already cool. The repaint he did looks fantastic. Like, he did a really good job. So these were cool figures already. I think they were only 5.5 inch scale, so they look kind of weird in a modern collection, but still really cool figure. This I just wanted to show off just because I thought it was a cool kit bash idea. We got a Chris Reeves head on the Superman Unchained with a soft goods cape and some lightning.
I actually don't hate it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Better McFarlane.
I would not have minded if he actually repainted this body and put a new head on it in steel. Because steel had different armors.
Yeah.
And he never did.
Well, the closest he got, he did that patina edition, which I had of this figure, that was very steel-esque. Which, if he would have just done that, but with a steel head, it would have made good.
Not good.
So, but I don't know. I just thought this was a cool kit bash that somebody did. Somebody having fun. I like it. All right, this dude built a whole legion of cyborgs out of Pretty Boy, basically.
This feels like a Lita Battle Angel.
It does kind of, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And he just kit bashing and doing a little bit of paint here and there. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but just shows somebody having fun with their collection, which is always awesome, and it gives good ideas, I think, for shit. But those are cool. We've got AOA Archangel. Not sure what all he made this out of, but he's building up. This guy's been posting all his AOA stuff that he's been building up. He's pretty good. I like his stuff.
Mhm.
Since we know we'll probably never get the rest of these from Hasbro, so might as well build your own, I guess. Cable. This dude apparently is just obsessed with Cable because he talked about it in the description. All he does is customs of Cable. Like, all right, cool, I guess. This one's a little odd looking because he just like, I like the design. I don't like that he just kind of like painted over clearly what's supposed to be a shirt with flesh tones.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's the original Kazar from the 2-pack Hasbro did.
Yeah.
They used the Shield Agent body, which has got sculpted clothing lines on it, and they painted it, molded it in skin tone.
Yeah, I don't like what he did here with that. I like the design of like a shirtless Cable where you can see all the half of him that's metal and everything, and the paint works great on this. But should have done
the Diamond doing like the large scale characters, Hulk and stuff like that. I love that. That's what I usually only thing I buy from Diamond Select is the bulky characters that can still work in Marvel Legends.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I've got Abomination and Juggernaut and Hulkbuster, and like I've got a bunch of Diamond Select stuff that works great with Marvel Legends.
And they were cheap too to buy those big brutes, like $25-$30.
Yep. He also did this one here, clearly out of a McFarlane figure.
Deathstroke.
Yeah. It's decent. It's decent. So, I don't know. This one's a little bit... I like the design of this one better. I just wish he wouldn't have used clearly a shirted figure. I'm thinking this was Dark Knight Returns Superman, I think.
Or Batman.
Yeah,
No, it was Batman. It's the collector edition Batman because you can tell by the head it's all man.
Oh, it's got thigh swivels. Yeah, the Batman's the only one that's got thigh swivels.
Yeah, that'd
So
be
he can
ride the horse.
Dark Knight Returns Batman. Yeah,
He that one showed like he just don't care. He can do thigh swivels, but he won't do it.
He just does, yeah. He won't do it.
Except for that one Batman.
Because he's got to ride the horse.
Yeah. We got another custom Cable, much higher quality. Somebody did a custom Cable with some Mafex pieces, Mafex pieces.
He's using
Oh, okay.
this. The Dark Knight Returns Mafex Superman.
This thing looks sweet. This looks exactly like what you would expect a Mafex Cable to look like. Like if they did one, I would be surprised if it didn't look exactly like this.
You even put it with a Build-A-Figure piece.
That's cool, man.
He's
Got this one here. Speed Demon. I know we looked at one a couple weeks ago. This one's even better than the last one we looked at. I don't know what he made this thing out of. Marvel Legend. I have no idea what parts were used here. I don't know how much of this is sculpting and how much of this is kit bashing. The paint work looks phenomenal on this thing. He did a fantastic job. This is what I would love to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see amalgam figures coming out looking like this.
Oh, I just found something I got to show you quick. I clicked on the Platinum Studios Awesome Comics, which most of its Liefeld's originate characters.
Yeah.
Scrolling down. Supreme.
Nice.
So they can do Supreme loose clicker now.
Very nice.
Must
Hell,
have.
I'll take all those characters, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, they got a lot of his characters. They got New Men. They got Cyberforce. Heck yeah. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, this thing looks cool. And dude also did I forget this character's name. What was this character's name from Amalgam? It was his sidekick. It was his Wally West. I can't remember what he was called. But so he did Speed Demon and Speed Demon's sidekick. But with Speed Demon's sidekick, did the full motorcycle and everything. This thing looks badass.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Demon.
What's it? Kid Demon? There you go. Kid Demon.
Demon.
Yeah. He's basically Wally West, Ghost Rider. But freaking fantastic. I love this shit. This is awesome. Why can't somebody do this? Get a third party from China to do this. I don't care. This thing looks sweet. Look at that. I would buy the shit out of that.
CT Toys, because they're doing their own.
Yeah, they could.
tooling.
Is it the Baroness's Cobra Coil?
Yeah, that's that G.I. Joe Classifieds one. Yep, looks fantastic. Speaking of Amalgam, now they're doing this out of McFarlane figures. Not very excited about that, but he's doing some Amalgam versions of Super Soldier and Dark Claw. That's that Page Puncher's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
That Lee Bermejo or whatever his name is.
The Super Soldier almost looks like a mix between Super Soldier and All Might.
Kind of, yeah. I don't remember this version of his costume.
He didn't have that version of the costume. I think
Okay, so he just made this up.
Yeah.
He just did it out of the Henry
Good.
Cavill.
It
Superman.
looks really good. Like he did a good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks cool. Dark Claw, that looks great for Dark Claw. He's also got some other stuff in here. He did some other customs. So, look at that.
Skeletor.
Oh, I
if you-
was staring at a McFarlane Max figure today. I couldn't do it. Dude wanted $40 for it. It was new in package, but it was still the 5-inch scale version. Looks great, even with limited articulation. But, yep, those look cool. This dude I follow on Instagram, do you know him? Sanctum Sanctorum?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did this Solo figure. Solo was a character that I used to love. He would show up in, he showed up quite a bit in the Eric Larson run on Spider-Man back in the day. Him and Cardiac, two characters who we've never gotten yet, although we are getting Cardiac soon. We saw that in that Marvel Legends leak. I would love for us to get Solo someday, and this looks exactly like what I would want for a Solo Marvel Legend. This thing looks fantastic. And it's pretty simple. I mean, this is not he did a phenomenal job, but this isn't like a complicated custom or a complicated build. I mean, because again, Solo, just like this, is in a bodysuit with a bunch of gear on. Like, that's it. There's not a lot of sculpting that would be needed.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot to do a Solo figure like this. And again, I'm not knocking this dude's custom. I'm just saying, for the sake of Marvel Legends, like, this would be very, very achievable to do for, Spider-Man fans. Because I mean, I know Solo showed up in some other stuff back in the 90s. I don't remember him from anything other than Spider-Man. I don't know if he did.
Which, in that there shows too, I know people had bucket cap fatigue, but you put enough gear on him, the bucket cap looks good. That's a bucket cap body with a lot of gear.
Yeah. And it looks good.
I think that's the big thing with bucket cap. You need the gear. It's just a blank body. It is too plain and it's awkward now with the tolerances of new figures. That's hiding everything. It's all its flaws with all that gear.
Yeah. It looks great, man. I love this. It makes me want to do my own Solo figure. I mean, again, not to knock this dude because he does fantastic custom work.
Now, Lone Dragon has a point there. That looks nothing like Mario MPOs.
Or Han.
I think I saw that movie once. I remember liking it. What was that movie? That movie's from like 93, 94. That's an old movie. This was pretty cool. Yes, it is McFarlane, but somebody did he did this this custom metamorpho, and he was explaining what he did in here, and he even used real like freaking fish. What is it? Fish bowl pebbles that he glued on to do the rocky portions.
Solo when people food was 96.
96. Okay, there you
Slow
go.
Dragon.
29 years old. This looks good. He did this out of that McFarlane's Spawn, that Haunt figure. And
it looks like the
Superman undies.
weight piece.
Yeah, he's got the new 52 or whatever version of Superman's undies there.
Not new 52, I'm sorry, Rebirth.
Rebirth. There you go, Rebirth.
They look kind of like nerds candy.
It does. He says he was what did he say? Nail repaint. Blah, 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 blah. He said it somewhere. Where is it? Oh, Aquarium Gravel. Yeah, there you go. Aquarium Gravel. Got a mummy head. Spawn Haunt. Dude, that looks fantastic. McFarlane would never give us anything like that.
It looks better than what they've shown for the James Gunn movie.
Yeah, much better. Way, way better than that. So, that looks awesome. This thing also looks freaking phenomenal.
Yes, that is an amazing level of sculpting.
Oh
That's
my
a whole
God.
underneath that.
I was trying to figure out how he did this. I was like, what figures did he pull these pieces from? And then I was reading it, and he built this on base figure is just a Marvel Select Incredible Hulk, which means that is all sculpting.
Yep. It's the first Hulk that didn't have a torso articulation, which...
I mean, holy shit.
That is amazing level of sculpting.
I thought for sure, I was like, maybe he took a Marvel Legend and just like dremeled the rocks deeper and more craggy or so. I was like, the fact that he sculpted each of those, like every little individual rock on this figure is just.
And when you're sculpting like that, you can't sculpt all at a time. You got to sculpt in sections, let the epoxy set, then move on to the next section.
Man, this thing had to take forever, and it looks fantastic, dude.
Yep.
Wait, say that again?
It looks fantastic.
It looks fantastic.
I'll be right back.
Oh, now it's just you and me.
Yeah, kudos to this dude right here. He did. I can't imagine what it took to get that looking like that. That's crazy levels of sculpting. I don't think I've ever seen anybody sculpt that much on. I mean, it's the entire figure.
Yeah.
He re-sculpted the entire figure, and not just smooth sculpt. Like he had to go in and individually do each one of those rocks and sculpt it, and form them out and whatever the hell he did. I don't even know. That's crazy, dude.
When you have one that looks that good, it doesn't really matter. But I'm curious what the articulation looks like now. I bet you can't move at all.
I don't think he moves much. Like he's probably still got rotation up in the shoulders. His elbows look like they might move a little bit. And then let me look at the back again. He might have sculpted over. It might not have knees anymore because you can't see any knee joints. I mean, maybe it can move a little bit. I don't know.
It looks good. It doesn't need to be able to move. I mean,
no,
just standing there is going to look great.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. So, but that's everything I had. That is everything I had. Just some custom cool stuff that I wanted to show that I found on Facebook that I thought looked awesome. Guys out there in the chat, y'all got questions? Y'all got things y'all want to talk about? Let's go. Let's do this. Because we got no more topics. Like, we're done. We just went through everything. So let's just shoot the shit. Let's talk. What do you guys want to talk about? I don't care. We can talk about whatever. Seriously, though, can I just say, this Maximum Series Spider-Man is like way better than I thought it would be.
I gotta find one.
I really went into it thinking I'm a Spider-Man fan, so that's why I'm buying it. and I know I'm overpaying for it, and I'm sure it'll be good, but it ain't gonna be great. But I'm gonna buy it anyway. Like that was my line of thought going into it, and I just cannot believe how good it actually is. Like,
where did you get it? Where did you get it again, Matt?
This one I found at my a local shop.
Okay.
I'm just really glad they're deciding to keep that line going with the high quality Hulk next.
Yeah, the Hulk I don't really care about, to be honest.
I got this, but it's on sale on my Amazon. I forgot I ordered it. It's the Zodiac figure from Motu. Don't you love how Amazon mails stuff?
That's
But
great.
didn't fit in the box. Let's just fold it in half.
Hey, I was gonna ask you. I wanted to. Where's my phone? I was gonna send this to you because I was gonna ask you if this was like a good deal. And let me pull it up here so that I can send these pictures to you, and you tell me if at $15 a piece, those are a good deal. So for those that can't see what we're talking about here, hopefully you can see that.
I think they are $15
yeah.
a piece. Absolutely.
Absolutely, dude.
I mean, they don't have the card backs on them, but is that the 2000X?
Yes.
That's 2000X.
Yeah. So he had a bunch of them. They don't have the card backs, but they're still, got in the bubble, still tied down. He's, got.
They don't have the articulation like newer figures, but they're like still great sculpts. They're great figures.
And he's got them all for $15 a piece. So I was looking, and I know you know way more about He-Man than I do. So that's why I meant to send that to you. I was like, is that a good deal? It seems like a good deal because I know I've seen him for way more than that. So even loose, I've seen them for way more than that.
They're still technically kind of sealed,
yeah.
But those were bad for the card backs to come loose. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, my buddy of mine did pick this up for me. I already have one, but I got it for fodder. The Namor from Ollie's. I saw somebody starting a custom, which is a good idea if you don't have one, using this head on a maggot body to make a Lobo.
Yes, I saw the same thing. They posted that on Facebook today, right?
Yep.
I think it was today. And and he had already painted the eyes.
He painted the face white and painted the eyes. Yeah.
And he already had the head sculpt done up. He hadn't done the body yet, so it was still the maggot body without the jacket. And it looked unfortunately, it looked good. It looked like Lobo.
Yep. This is a good Lobo head sculpt. Other than the 20 years.
Yeah. I wonder how much this Maximum Spidey would cost if they just dumped all the accessories. Like, I wonder how much that would drop the price. I don't think it wouldn't go. Like I said, the deco is most of the cost here, so I bet it would still be
I
like
think you get back down to the 35, 40 range.
Yeah. Because honestly, like, I like, I talked about this in the video, which I haven't, it's not live yet, but it's on the channel. You see how I do my displays, right? Like, I don't use all the accessories. Like, this is how he's going to be on my display, is just like this. I don't need all the accessories. Like, it's nice to have, but I don't need it. And I would love to see them come out with a version, $15 cheaper without all the accessories. Maybe just a couple of hands, maybe one of the extra head sculpts, and that's it. And just do like a $35 figure. And I think it's fantastic, dude. I would love to see them do that. Because I'm never going to use those accessories. Like, he's got a web shield, and like, he's got 6 sets of hands, I think, 3 heads, 6 sets of hands.
The hands with the bare hands with the exposed web shooters. I'm not going to use those.
I will use those. I'll use those on my second one, because on my second one, I'm going to put a different Peter Parker head and those hands on it, just to have a different look for him on the shelf. So on the second one that I've got pre-ordered, that one I'll change him up a little bit. But if I only was going to have one, I wouldn't need those, because there's no way I'm going to. That's not how I'm going to pose this. I'm not going to have him like that unless I had two of them. So yeah, most of the accessories are like, I don't think most people are going to use most of the accessories. There'll probably be a couple people who, you know, try and load it up in some display with the shield and the webs and all the stuff. But even you can't use them all. And like, it's cool, but I would love to see how much they could drop the price by just getting rid of 99% of those accessories that it came with.
I mean, I don't hate the web ball and web shield because it is a reference to the arcade Marvel games, especially Marvel vs. Capcom, because that was what Spider-Man did in the video games. So I don't hate the accessories, but I agree with you, Matt, that most of those are really not necessary. It's kind of like with Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man, how remember they included a bunch of different like a bunch of hands with him to justify his price point, like his price increased. So,
yeah, I just don't think they're necessary for most collectors. We're not going to use all those accessories. There's a few that will, but I think it would have been cool to. Yeah, see that. That's
the perfect Parker head.
Yeah. Yeah, he even looks like a kid.
This is way too young for Bruce Banner. This looks perfect for Parker.
That'd look great on Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man on one of those bodies.
Yeah. As being Bruce Banner, it sucks, but being a Peter Parker, as it sits right there, you can just say it's Peter Parker in a lab coat.
No, that does look good. Damn it! Now I got to buy that. Son of a bitch.
You want my spare Peter Parker head?
Oh, that thing's fucking awful.
That's the Mayfex bootleg, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the bootleg.
That's the not CT.
Speaking of that, CD Toys did announce yesterday they're doing the 074 Spider-Man figure with a extra masked head sculpt based on the Spider-Man PS4 video game. I was trying to get pictures for that pulled up there, but I can't seem to get it.
74.
That's the actual CT Toys one, and it's actually way better.
That is much better.
Yeah, still a knockoff, but this one's actually CT Toys.
Let me see.
Here we got this mountain monster coming out from Ghost X Studios. We saw the prototype pictures earlier, but they got some more. This is still a prototype. It's got some color pictures and some. That's that really giant hulking, super articulate figure.
Damn it! The cheapest Bruce Banner I can find is $17. I don't want to pay $17 for that dude. It's ridiculous. It's uncalled for. Anyway,
We saw that down here. Where are we at?
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta go early tonight, so.
Oh. You have Sith?
Yep, I gotta go out. Oh, I got fans on. Of course, they're gonna show up right as I'm getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining up, lightweight autobiograph YD.
that's a spam bot.
No, that is my close personal friend. I know them personally.
You do.
That's one of the hot scenes in my area.
So Sith is actually an AI generated character. He doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
I'm much like the state of Ohio. I'm just not real.
I mean Iowa, but I know what you mean.
Ohio and Iowa both. Ohio's worse. All right. I'll see y'all later.
Later, man.
Later. You're going to be doing Mountain Studio is going to be doing drunken kung fu fighting action figure. I wonder who this is supposed to be. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know.
It looks familiar.
I just can't quite place him. He reminds me of someone. Let's see. potentially the most well-known martial arts actor on the planet for the last.
You have a movie coming out or something other? I don't know.
What's his name again? I don't know. I can't think of it.
Was he in a lot of movies? I don't know.
He might have been. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, and that's not based on anyone at all.
Yeah, not quite. I think I saw a movie, but it was a much older person that coming out soon. Something about karate, something other. And some guy kid.
No, that can't be it because I think that guy is kung fu, not karate.
You've got the other dude though. It's like something like the waxing dude, the wax on, wax off. Will be in the movie as well.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of dudes that whack off, so I don't.
Hey.
I don't know if that's very descriptive, but you know. Yeah.
Steven Seagal. There we go.
That's what it is. He looks like Steven Seagal.
Oh, there's JB sitting in the waiting room. JB, Sith was leaving, not you. You didn't have to hit the end button.
Yeah.
No, my entire computer screen was blacking out on me, so I had to leave and join back. But that was all.
Looks like a
new Broly figure coming out. It's supposed to be
Moro.
It is going to be Broly. It is supposed to be Super Saiyan 5, where he has white hair, 4 with red hair. Then they're supposed to be doing Broly in his base form with the black hair. So base form Broly, Matt. Base form Broly.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this head is too big. Does that head look too big on that body?
A little bit.
He has no neck.
Yeah. It sits down too low and it's too big.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems with the Bucky Cat. The neck's not very long. You gotta be with certain heads that they'll sit down too low.
I'm trying to see if I can find a good Bruce Wayne head for this custom. I like it, but I just don't like the head sculpt that much. But I wasn't gonna complain for $15.
Muff Toys is doing their Dark Knight Returns Superman. They're doing the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the Superman. I'm still on the fence about it. It's still available at Bombus B. So I don't know yet. But I like her stuff. Oh, that was what was underneath the shirt of the limited edition one that I decided to pass on. I'm glad I passed on it. Good. I got the regular edition. The special edition, the limited edition one has the black suit shirt. Did anybody else get the Protector of Metropolis?
No, by the time I was going to pre-order, it was sold out. I never got a chance to get it. Now, if you want, you got to pay. You got to pay almost $200 for it.
Yeah, I'm glad I passed on the special edition one. I like the regular one better. I got this one. Yeah, this one, it does not come with that weird looking logo. It has a different logo on there for that.
Little Dragon says, I didn't look hard enough. Mine is in the airport right now, waiting to go through customs, I guess. Where'd you get? Did you get yours off AliExpress? Dragon, you get yours off AliExpress?
I don't know why all of a sudden people are like, these are in stock on so and so, but they've been in stock in Big Bad Toy Store for a while. That's been sitting in my pile of loot forever. I guess they're because they're available on Amazon now. They weren't on Amazon for a while. I don't know. And I did get this. It's actually shipped. It should be here tomorrow. The regular Eradicator, the one that should have came out first.
Yeah.
Here's some size comparisons with the new Storm Collectibles Arena Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Except they don't show any size comparison with the Jada.
Yep.
It looks a little on the short side. So I don't know.
I mean, he's taller than the Mafex Spider-Man, which is 6 inches tall. So at least he scales in well with some Marvel Legends. I'll give him that.
How tall is Ken the Master supposed to be? If you're playing on your phone constantly, you can look up.
I'm looking.
I'm guessing he should be about 6 foot, which means he's too short for Marvel Legends.
He's 5'9".
That is a 6-inch figure. That is what that is.
He's 5'9". That looks might be in scale then.
Yeah, Ryu and Ken are both 5'9" is their height.
He still looks too small though.
Yeah. Axel Toys, they show them off their Triceratops Warrior. They're not Triceratops. They're tops to see. They don't have the center horn.
That's a good point. You could have got some people to buy your stuff if you had done the figures that the other major company making those figures hadn't made yet.
Mm-hmm.
That way people would be like, I really need these figures. I don't want to wait. And you're more likely to buy them. Whereas people who've already started buying Jada stuff, you're not going to rebuy the same figure again.
They're working on their knot pit in the factory, which is impressive. All that stuff's getting airbrushed by hand. You got torsos.
I wonder how much easier shading is to do with airbrushing. I feel like it's way easier.
It is. You have good control, like with your nozzle.
I need to get an airbrush set up. I feel like that would make my life easier when I'm doing customs.
Paint goes on so much easier too when you're airbrushing. You don't have to use so much of it. You know how you do like multiple layers, like get the color right. Airbrush, you can get by with 1 or 2 coats. That is impressive that all this stuff's being airbrushed by hand. So basically, every figure is going to have differences because everything's done by hand. Interesting.
By the way,
you got both versions of the Protector of Metropolis.
I found it. I found on it there on Toy Metaverse. I mean, 113 bucks isn't bad on here. I might actually pick this one up.
In Pursuit of Toys, we had some new Star Wars drops for May the 4th stuff. Some hybrid looking thing. It looks like part clone trooper, part Imperial officer. I don't know a lot of Star Wars, so I don't keep up with Star Wars.
I think these are Gamerverse. Star Wars.
Hmm. And we got this droid 2-pack.
I think they should have put some black on that KS droid.
Yeah, it needs some kind of wash or something on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, that's what it looks like in the game. That's why they're doing that.
Yeah, but imagine painting the gray parts black. It would kind of look like a robotic stormtrooper.
Oh, yeah. What is this Star Wars? I'm not real familiar with it.
'Twas is this Star Wars you speak of.
Here we get the muff tool. No, this is not that muff tool. This is a 1/9 scale Bonjoy. 1/9 scale. That's an odd scale. Nightmare Batman. JoJo Adventures 1/6 scale Giorgiovanni. I don't know. I don't watch JoJo. This is based on the original. This is the Steel the Fox Studios. What is the name of the company making this? Studio One. They're doing a repaint of their Primus based on the original, some of the concept art in the Golden Age of Cybertron look. And Cybertron was fully powered. It's only $10. No. That's full price is $237.99.
Which, from what I understand, is not a lot for a Transformer.
Actually, that's not bad for as big as that thing is. It's like one of those big, like 18-inch tall figures.
I was wanting the regular blue version Dragon. Is the one I found don't worry, I found it, and I even saw an Anakin figure from Revenge of the Sith. I might check that one out myself too. I might check that one out as well.
Play 112, doing a 112 scale mercenary Tau for the original Dragon Ball series. And 2 different versions we get, or we can you swap the parts, or is it 2 different versions?
I think it might be this one figure with swap parts. Maybe.
No, 2 different versions.
Oh, okay.
You get before he gets blown up and after he gets blown up.
Yep.
And one last thing. And we got the first bunch of picture stuff. We looked a little bit last week. We did the pictures, but we saw that. Then we got big bag Torosaurus pushing on right now for more. Second quarter, the general. And
doesn't that figure look like Carl Weathers?
It looks very much like Carl Weathers, and so the alternate heads. You got
the other one with the, I guess the white male with the white mustache. I mean, you could totally, him.
That's
totally Thunderbolt Ross from the comic books.
I think that's what they were going with too. This is based on the original G.I. Joe, the 12-inch G.I. Joe. So you got Carl Weathers, Thunderbolt Ross, and the original G.I. Joe. There's another head sculpt they didn't show off.
Now, is that the one based on the G.I. Joe? Did they say they were doing flocking on that?
It looks just painted here on the this, but from the renders it looks flocked.
The render looks flocked.
I would want the flock just because the original one had flocked hair.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know Robo would hate it, but
Blocking.
Yeah, Robo was like, nope.
And this is definitely young Agent K. I mean, not Agent K. Definitely based on like a Men in Black.
Mm-hmm. Wait, it's a tie?
Erwin here. This, I didn't know about this. I was wondering about this.
Hold on just a minute, Jared. Go back to the agent.
Yeah.
Is the tie 2 separate pieces on that chest?
No,
Or is it one?
that's one.
Oh, okay. It looked like 2 there for a second. I'm sorry.
I think it's the shadow of the diaphragm.
Probably, yeah.
Erwin was telling me, Erwin Papa, this is a friend of his character. He got the original character of his, independent comic book character. He got incorporated into Monster Force.
Nice.
Which I thought was really cool. I was wondering what the deal with. He was such a difference from like all the stuff they're doing, but that's cool. He got his own character added to the line. Halloween Boy, Demon Lives. There's the comic book it's based on. Based on the comic book character Halloween Boy, credited by Dave Baker, I'm sorry. That is awesome. New Voltron figure, like reissue, the 45th anniversary stuff. The Black Lion and the 4 Lions. It looks like just reissues of the stuff they've done before.
Yeah, that's reissues. Is that $54 for all 4?
$84 for.
Oh, 84. I'm sorry. Oh, that's not too bad.
$35 for the Black Lion.
That's actually a pretty damn good price.
Mm-hmm. You got this one, Retro Toy Edition, for $329. That's
I'm good. I have the Matty Collector Voltron.
That thing was huge too, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little over 2 feet. And all the lions have their own cockpits in there, so
Nice.
and they came with I think a 4-inch figure.
We got official pictures of the Masterverse Blade from the movie. We saw some in-hand pictures. Somebody got one somehow, but now these are actual official solicit pictures. Apparently these movie figures are hot too. If you snooze on them, you're gonna be paying quite a bit for them on the secondary market. Beastman apparently is like really high on the secondary market right now. Because we never got Beastman in Classics. We did get Blade in Classics. But they weren't allowed to do all the characters when we were doing Classics. Only the William Stout figures. Or what the figures that were... No. They were only ones that were released before that were actually part of for the movie. Yeah, they're very... I think a lot of this stuff's getting underproduced. You don't even see these hit stores anymore.
Well, I mean, all the news coming out of the toy industry is...
Well, that's even before that, though. I haven't seen new Master Universe stuff on the shelf.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's waiting on the docks in China to be shipped out. That my distributors with the tariff stuff, they're not shipping anything. And then like McFarlane, apparently, and this is a very strong rumor from a credible source. Apparently, he's going to lower down dramatically the amount of his production run to get all those characters out before his license expires next year. So you think McFarlane's hard now to get? It's going to be exceptionally hard the rest of this year. You know, and there's a bunch of stuff I've been waiting on, and it's just.
I wanted that Cyborg Superman, but
same here.
GameStop website is just garbage. I could not put a credit card in. I couldn't use PayPal.
I was lucky. A customer found one for me.
The Bizarro?
Yep.
I want the Cyborg, and I couldn't get the Cyborg.
Well, see, I want that Cyborg Superman. Not that I collect a lot of McFarlane, but I definitely want that one because it looks good.
Yeah.
But I'll be lucky if I can get it.
That's why I went ahead and just got the Silver Ace Superman too. It looks really good.
Yeah, I have the Ed McGuinness 2-pack of Bat Zorro and Bizarro, and I like those because I like his artwork. But when I saw this one here, I'm just like, oh man, the light blues and then the reversed S but metallic paint. I'm like, I know I'm not going to find it. Could never find it on GameStop's website. And then somebody said that they found it at a Walmart, and they called me and they go, hey, I know you're looking for stuff like that. Do you want it? I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take it.
We're getting a new Kongzilla movie, the Zilla Kong movie.
Yeah.
Supernova, whatever that's going to be. And we're getting those 5.5 inch figures. That's like we had like wave 1. People really liked them. They're showing up wave 2. First one had Optimus, and now we're getting a Megatron. These look fun. Not sure. I think these are blind bags, like for purchase, so you don't know what you're getting, so you go buy a case of them. Takara's got their solicitations up for these figures. We get the Vortex and the Skybite and the Hearts of Steel Optimus and Starscream. Looks like the paint's different on these. These look a lot better than what Hasbro produced. Same molds, just different colors, different paints. I still wish they would have made them Voyager class instead of Deluxe class. Just Prime and Starscream. I know it's not Matt's favorite topic, Transformers.
I just don't really know. I don't know.
He never grew.
We now return to the Transformers.
He never connected with it. I'm not a big fan of Transformers either, but I do have
Here's
my
the
fair
thing.
share.
I did connect with the original series. I watched the hell out of that when I was a kid.
But Matt and I are the same age. It's like,
I just never got into the toys like some kids did.
I meant toys. I'm sorry. I meant to say toys of it. And it's okay. Like you say, everybody likes their own things and everybody doesn't. Everybody's different.
it's
For some reason, for me, it was I always got more into the stuff that were, characters that I could identify with as a kid, which I couldn't identify with robots.
what?
I couldn't.
What? Giant robots that turn into stuff. I like them because they're basically like 3 toys in one. You have your robot, you have your vehicle, and they're a puzzle. You got to figure out how to change them from one to the other. This is one of the larger scale Blokis, like the model kits. These are cool. I like those. The Soundwave, and they're doing a Devastator, which is going to be cool. So this is doing. Overseas are doing this stuff. This is stuff I always thought Hasbro should have done. Hasbro messed up with their red line. Their Transformer action figures. They made them all the same size. Even the character, they didn't put any scale in it. So they made Optimus and Bumblebee be the same height as Optimus and Megatron. So Bumblebee looks like he could rip Optimus and Megatron in half because he's so big.
I got a question for you, Jared.
Yes, 42.
You did get the 2 Pop Mart X Kong
I got you
Studio
on that one. I know what you were saying.
Kingdom Come figures.
I'd be the only one that got Jared's answer.
Yeah. I walked away. I had one of my kids holler for me. So, but you got those, don't you? The Kingdom Come like Pop Mart X figures.
Yes, the Kingdom Come Superman and Captain Marvel.
Which one is the better figure between the two? Like, which one would you recommend to? I know you'd probably say get both, but like if I was starting, which one would you recommend getting
Which
first?
one you can get easier?
Okay.
You can get the Captain Marvel right now from 5K Toys.
Yeah, I know it's what I'm looking at, and the Superman just went back up too. So I was just trying to figure out which one I want.
The one that's in, if he's in stock, I'd get that one. Another wave of Blokies, we got the Transformers 1, which, man, it just pains me that the Transformers 1 is not going to get us a sequel.
Dude, that movie was so fucking good, bro. So good. I'm so mad that more people didn't see it because
the advertising for it was terrible. It made it feel like it's just going to be just a kiddie movie.
yeah, and it wasn't. It was such a good movie.
It's a family movie. It's like you take the entire family and they enjoy it.
Yeah, it pissed me off. I don't know. I feel like the studio just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. They're just like, man,
a lot of the start of their journey, their best buds, they're basically enslaved. They try to get out like what they're doing, and they find out their hero for the planet is actually the traitor. And did all that stuff to him. It's just a good story.
Yeah, it was really, really well done. The fact that
Family. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say the fact that we both enjoyed it so much. Like other than Beast Wars and the original series, right? Like I never watched any of the other shows or anything like that. You know, whereas you've watched like everything and know way more about the Transformers lore than I do.
I remember at one time you asked me like about the Transformers lore. It's like it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? Like regardless, like me having basically, you know, a kid's 80s knowledge of Transformers minus having watched Beast Wars in the 90s, right?
So that's
and you knowing everything about Transformers, and we both loved that movie. That shows how good that movie was.
That movie too. It's a fresh start.
Yeah.
A true fresh start at the origin.
Yeah, it was so good. I'm so upset that we're not going to get more of it. Because it really deserved to. It really, really deserved to be a franchise.
Oh, absolutely. And all these Blokies, this wave here is all Transformers 1 stuff. Which just makes it super disappointing that we're not going to get more movie stuff.
Are these model kits or are they just short like action figures?
They're kind of both. They're
kind of both? Okay.
They're pre-painted kits you just got to put together.
Okay, because I see these at my local Walmart. I'm like, I kind of want to pick one up. Then it's like at the same time, it's like, is it a model kit or is it mini action figure?
You don't have to cut anything off sprues. Everything's ready to go. Well, with the Blokies, I don't know if they're on sprues or not, but everything's pre-painted. And
okay.
They're easy to go together. They snap together.
Okay. Because I mean,
these would actually be fun to put together with your kids.
It's basically an action figure that's disassembled that just snaps together, and they call it kind of like a model kit, but it's not really a model kit.
Okay. Because I've had my fair share of like the Dragon Ball model kits, and of course, Kamen Rider and all that kind of stuff.
These are a lot simpler, and these will be good to do with your kids.
Okay, I might actually pick me up one, probably. If my Walmart's got it. I know they got some, but I don't know what kind they got. So I might actually pick those up.
Well, that's all the toy news I got.
Alpha's asked a question, Jared.
So, is the movie to the show to anyone want to introduce to Transformers? Yes. Great introduction point to that's Transformers 1 movie. If you want to stepping to get people in the Transformers, that's a good show. You don't need to have no back history of the show. It's a good starting point.
Like, it does make it more enjoyable if you know about Transformers, you know, because you're going to pick up on things that
there's a lot of Easter eggs for old school fans in the movie.
Yep. For somebody like me, who really only knows
there's Jazz in the background. There's Ironhide in the background. There's Ratchet.
Yeah.
There's Wheeljack.
It's got a lot of Easter eggs, but you do not have to know anything about Transformers to enjoy it. I think I put that in my top 10 last year, didn't I? Wasn't that in my top 10?
Did.
Yeah.
We all did. All of us did.
Couldn't remember. I never remember my top 10 after I make it.
I am working on this. I got mine together. This is it's not finished. I just got this is not even the waist piece that goes with it.
Are you doing robot legs for him? I can't remember.
No, this is the legs he'll have. I've just got the pants cuts on them. The waist is what's not his. The waist will go to a briefing.
Oh, okay. I still say lightsaber tusks.
The waist for this one's at my friend Don's house. He's making belts for him. So I just mocked it up to see what it's going to look like all together. Hey, and I've been doing this a long time. I still have mess ups. This little spot right here on the bicep, that scratch, I did that by accident, putting it together because the paint was still a little bit soft. Well, I moved it and the shoulder pad hit it. So I went, instead of fooling with trying to fix that, I decided to work with it. Dabbed a little bit of silver on there, hit some wash on it, battle damage. Yep. So if you mess up, don't get frustrated. Just, it happens. I'm making another one of this one for a friend of mine. That's what this waist piece is for. This turned out pretty good.
Just totally jacking up this shield right now. Not coming out at all the way I wanted it to.
Oh, my friend Pixel Phantom, he's working on a Kratos custom. I like what he's done with the shading. It looks really good on the skin. It's a kit somebody sells. He's getting all these Kratos parts for. It looks like that Namor figure I just got here was the base.
Well, that does look good. It's way better than that piece of crap JB's got.
Wait, which one was it?
What?
Oh, which one was it?
Stop staring at your phone. You might know. Keep up with it.
I was looking for those Transformers, like
I'm kidding with you. I'm kidding with you, man.
Yeah, I know. No, I hope they make a young version of Kratos as an extra, because I would buy it. It'd be save me $100-something for me to buy a NECA figure.
It looks like
those are crazy priced nowadays. But no, I'll get a review up. I'll have that review up Monday night.
Somebody turned Luke Collector Hyde into a Hulk.
That looks awesome.
Like a stylized cartoon style Hulk.
That looks beautiful. So beautiful.
Oh, so much better paint.
I actually told a friend of mine, he was talking about it. He's also like trying to get into toy collecting himself. And I told him, if Hasbro Mattel are going to increase their prices, they really need to put more quality control in their figures and really put more effort into them. Because you can't justify doing the bare minimum and charge us all $30, because that's premium figure price. That's close to what NECA charges for figures. And NECA are like 7-inch figures. They come with a good amount of accessories. I mean, if they're going to charge, if Mattel and Hasbro are going to charge that much, they better be putting more effort in their action figures to make it worth the price.
Token Customs, he made this really cool Outback Colossus. He used the Warpath.
That's pretty creative.
He sculpted all the lines on the body. Token does some really good stuff. Metal Luna made one of the Starbolt from the Imperial Guard. That turned out really good.
Gentlemen, this is where I'm going to have to leave you. I'll see you guys next week. And until next time.
Have a good Quinn. There's another picture of that Hulk. That body would work good too if you had like a Immortal Hulk, where he's more monstrous looking. There's one you won't see from Hasbro. Mr. Matt.
Nope.
I wish.
They ain't gonna. They'll never do that. They're like, oh, we're trying to
Yeah,
appease
Glenn.
your children.
I've been wanting a freaking Savage Land robe for fucking decades.
And we all know why.
Oh, wait. I closed that one, wasn't paying attention. I think somebody did that 3-foot woman breakdancing from Australia. Figure.
He said, Alpha said he leaves so fast.
Yeah, when he's gone, he's gone.
Yeah, quick.
Oh, check this out. So they made a Clark Kent on a McFarlane body. Use the Joker.
Joker. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. That is one of the better ones I've seen, though.
That's nice. I think I follow him. Yeah, I do. I follow him. Oh, cool. Look at this.
Oh, that is cool. That looks really good. Oh, damn, that's a great head sculpt.
I like that a lot.
One of these days, we're going to get a Marvel Legends Lou Ferrigno Hulk, hopefully. I think we got a better chance of getting Lou Ferrigno, though, than we do Bill Bixby. I hate to say it, but I think we do. Got a much better chance of getting that. If they'll stop reusing the same Hulk body they've been using.
What? That means they would have a good one, Mexicans.
I'm just waiting for the day Jared has these figures go for sale and I buy them all. buy one of each. I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting for it. I'll buy one. I'll buy your figures whenever they get made. Every time you do progress on them, it always makes me more excited. Oh,
Well, there's one.
who's a gold man? It's Mr. Gold. Let's see 3PO's cousin.
That's one of my cousins. Chrysis.
Hmm.
Name him about your Greek god of gold.
Is that a that's a Vulcan body, ain't it?
Yes and no. It's Black Panther with Star-Lord lower legs and
Okay.
replaced the forearms with Star-Lord.
Okay.
Flip it over seam lines.
Looks really good. I thought it was Vulcan body because the pinless stuff.
But it is Vulcan, but base.
Okay. Yeah.
It
It looks really good.
Painting gold over black is much easier than painting. You put metallics over black, they really pop. It's all airbrushed. And there's no paint rub. I was trying to find out where somebody did that woman from Australia doing the breakdancing. They had the. That's all I can't find it yet.
That Space Ghost looks amazing. That Space Ghost figure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still like to have one like that in my collection. Who has the rights to Space Ghost right now?
Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera does. Okay.
Which I think's Warner Brothers.
Hmm.
Space.
And who's working with Warner Brothers? Oh wait, McFarlane. I hope that when Mattel. Do what?
Not for long.
I hope that when Mattel gets the license, it would be nice if Warner Brothers would give them access to do other characters. So instead of just being DC, like, oh, we can do Space Ghost, we can do Looney Tunes characters.
I got Space Ghost.
That looks great. That looks awesome. But, I mean, y'all get what I'm saying. Like, if Warner Brothers gave access to Mattel to do more figures that are not just DC related, they would make way more money, for sure.
I need to finish this. I started at Sean Connery.
I say, sir.
Not bad, JB.
Thanks.
I need to get around doing this because I bought an extra one so I can make a Thundar.
That's looking
I
down.
wish we got it never showed up around the holidays here. The Gray Beast. The Great Beast would be a good one to make Ookla.
I know you're customizing, man. I was just pulling your leg.
By the way, where's your custom of the week?
I don't have one. I got one. I actually got a few of them, but they're not done yet. I want to do some customs. I'm just trying to get some figures together that I need, like parts I need. Because most figures I've got in storage, I've been selling and getting some money for that I don't really need anymore. That I don't really need. And the other ones here, like over here, are the ones I don't want to mess with and touch. So I might have some stuff I can find down in the basement and put together or something for next week. Because we're last week.
I would probably do like soft goods for the best.
You could probably. I'm thinking about this now. Wasn't there like a soft goods Doctor Doom set that somebody made for like Secret Wars, that Marvel Legends Doctor Doom? It was like a soft goods set. I think is what it was.
Oh, if I did like a I can actually ask my friend Don who makes custom soft goods if he'll make it. So I can have fit to it in the right color.
Yeah. I wonder who made that. Let me look.
Looks familiar.
It does look familiar.
Oh man, that's my little Maisie when I first got her.
Is that the one that you gave me, or is that the one you made for yourself?
I think it might be the one I made for myself. Yeah, that's the one I made for me. This is the one I made for you.
I'd like to have one.
Matt supplied all the parts.
Yeah, I know. I'd have to give you the parts, or at least the figure to make it.
I love that figure. He's right there. I've got my my Valiant characters sharing a shelf with my old school '60s Avengers.
Nice.
I don't know. It just felt like they fit together.
My Mattel Superman collection. That basically had to repaint most of their eyes because that's one thing. I don't know what it was, but most of their figures had great painted eyes, but a good chunk of them, especially the long-haired mullet Superman, have badly painted eyes.
Like the eyes were too big?
No, they're just fuzzy. Like the when they painted them, it's just like a airbrush was not lined up or something. The masking wasn't lined up.
Oh.
There's your favorite head sculpt, Matt.
Yeah, I gotta find a better head sculpt for that thing because I know it's.
You know what actually, if this looks bad on this figure here, you know what actually looks pretty decent? You take this head and put it on this Superboy.
Really?
It looks completely different because this Superboy head sucks. It looks like Lurch, and he's looking up. So for some reason, they did all of them with the eyes looking up.
Wow.
I could picture right now with the head swap, and that does look really good.
Something about it makes it so much better.
The thing is, I'm probably never gonna buy that one though because I've got this one. The
And
DC
the best
one?
Mattel Superman. Oh yeah, the best Superman head sculpt for Mattel was Aquaman. I just painted his hair black and put the blue highlights in it. Which a lot of the I'm going to take it back. The Superman blue head looks fantastic. Love that one. And then the mullet one's not that bad, but all the eyes are painted bad. But if you want just a standard Superman head, the Aquaman head looks best. Paint the hair. Now this head, I hated this head at first. Well, I repainted it to get rid of that translucent plastic off of the face, and it looked 100 times better. It became like one of my favorite head sculpts I ever painted it.
I used that head sculpt for my Pretty Boy custom before they came out with Pretty Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chopped up K2SO body that I used and chopped his arms to be an appropriate length and repainted them, and I used that head sculpt for Pretty Boy.
Of the gold suit Superman.
If only they reused that Bizarro body, reversed the symbol, given skin tone neck, hands, and a Superman head, that would have been a perfect classic Superman. And it would have been nice to have before, they had to give up the license. Because you think about it, towards the end of the line, they were getting there. They were doing pinless before Hasbro did. They were still doing single jointed elbows, but they were doing double jointed knees. Mm-hmm. So they were getting up in there really well.
They screwed up the ankles and the feet, though. They put the tag straight down, so they won't pivot. So you can actually take the feet off and drill a new hole and get on the pivot, or swap the feet out with Marmalades.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's about time for the show. We got Matt's got a show after another show on his other channel.
Yep.
And are we going to do a Geek Chat tomorrow night?
50-50, just because a friend of mine who lives in Michigan, who I have not seen since I moved here, might be coming over tomorrow. So I don't know. If we go hang out, because I haven't seen this dude in 15 years.
Well, if you want to, we can plan on your next Saturday off. We can do our comic book review.
Yes, I do want to do the comic review. I need to read that Thor story. I haven't read it yet.
I'm on the third book right now is what I'm on.
If you go to that website, they don't have all the books. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not all of them. You gotta go through and read the Silver Surfer books, the Infinity Watch, and there's like 4 titles you gotta read through.
Can you link those to me after the show, Jared?
I linked them to you before.
You already gave
the Thor books. I'm talking about the other ones you were just saying.
I did link to them
before. He gave us the link that had all of them.
Okay, well, I'll go back and look then.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, because I got the Thor books already that I'm reading, but I don't have the other ones you just said. But I'll find them.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, look at him. He's chugging. He's chugging. Take a big swig before you go.
Yep. Well, it's time for me to get out of here.
Yep. And everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. And for always a pleasure. Mr. Matt, Mr. JB. We'll catch y'all later.
Later, gentlemen.
Later.